Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
Not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Second and 13. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
Not a damn thing. Getting sacked and shit.
Glory gets the sack.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on third. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
So I need
So here's
KB.
a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run on 1st down. It's Hammond.
Who the hell this number 12 is? Why? You keep on breaking through my shit like that.
It's 2nd and 11. They went with the run pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
2nd and 11. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Tua wants to throw it on 2nd down. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. He's just got to be thinking, I hope that's not a harbinger of things to come. Very first pass of the afternoon picked.
And where do you go from here? Because when you start that way, Do you allow that to seep into you and stay with you the rest of the game? Or do you find a way out of it? We're going to find out.
And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Right back to him on first down.
Fuck, I couldn't get to the outside.
Out of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
Why he overthrow that bitch?
Mika Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Come on, let's go.
Oh shit, wrong formation.
I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
Why the hell they should be going in different formation?
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there. On first down, Drake. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And he'll go underneath here to Drake. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going?
Get the fuck out of here, bro. This nigga broke like 4 tackles and scored a touchdown, man.
His first touchdown of the new season as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
And according to Next Gen Stats,
This nigga
his
hurt
top speed
again.
on
Come
better
on,
than
bro.
20 miles an hour.
This nigga stay hurt.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll try the left side. Hammond. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 13. It's a first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
2nd and 11 now. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that last swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And this will be caught at the 30. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. On 1st down, it's Hammond. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Partner, in our years together, we've never really run into a player that's admitted a doubt or a lack of confidence, right? But right now, I'm just wondering about that interior line because on defense, they're starting to get manhandled at the point of attack. Do they have it in them to figure a way to reverse the tide? Because right now, they're running the ball.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
This is going to be incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 70-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. Throw left side complete. That's Drake. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
From the gun, it's Drake. Oh, the spin. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And the Steelers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run here with Dillon, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. On 2nd down, Tua. That is caught.
Oh,
it's
my
Juju
God.
for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll start the drive with Drake. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
37-yard line.
Looking to pass. Tua. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
47-yard line.
Running from the shotgun with Drake. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 29-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Dillon now on 1st and 10. And taking it to the 15-yard line before it's brought down. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Steelers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown.
God damn, my DBs ain't doing shit today.
Second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Steelers 21, Packers nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
21-yard line.
We got some big-ass pads on.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes us 2nd and 9. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at
I
the
was not
20.
supposed to go there.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
1-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock
They
game.
better not call fucking
Yet at
roughing the
same
passer
time, You're
again.
also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it
He didn't
down.
get hit
At the
late. They
same
just
time,
ran it. They just
keep
walked
advancing
into the
ball down
quarterback.
the field.
Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. Finds an opening past the 40. Completing it to the right side. Johnson.
Complete to
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Out of the gun on 3rd down. Here's Tua. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down. Tua sets up to pass it. He's going deep for Brown. And this is taken in at the 5. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. On 1st and goal, Drake. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
Jake Elliott on for the point after.
There's was the big run that got them down into position, and then they finish it off one play later with a touchdown pass.
Yeah, and they've got them really thinking to themselves, after that big run, they'll probably come back and hit us again with the same thing or something similar. Instead, they go to the air, and it's a touchdown that way.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And we can't do shit. We need some safeties.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled. Nowhere to go here.
Oh, my God. How you fumble?
And he's got his guys set up great now. First and goal, and the Pigs get at the 7-yard line. Defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal. Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A.J. Brown there to make the grab. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Elliott on for the extra point.
Man, we can't do shit, bruh.
He's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And as they come to the line, they will
35-0.
get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
It's like that nigga T.J. Watt in the backfield like every goddamn 2 seconds.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Yeah, something like that.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here's 2nd and 8. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equanimeous St. Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Too many zeros on the stat sheet thus far. No touchdown passes, no points for his team, but he remains undaunted. Still attempting to get his team on the scoreboard, firing the ball downfield.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught inside the 5. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way to go against them and try and get some points on the board.
And I'm curious on the defensive side if they stay aggressive, because you know they want to pitch this shutout.
Yeah, they have to be aggressive, but they also have to be smart about it as well, because one mistake can turn into 6 points.
On third down, Hammond. And he
Come
gets
on.
halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. This defense continues to be good on third down. I mean, they haven't allowed a that touchdown offensively, are you saying, let's go for this, let's try to get it in the end zone?
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should fourth down be any different? True. You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
What the fuck?
Get there. They tackle him at the 2. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And this shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. This game is all but over after that last 4th down stop. The only question left, will they play conservative and run the clock, or try to pour some salt in the wound? And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone. They give to Dillon out of the gun. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Dillon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards, a first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And all the way down to the 22-yard line.
That's a fast-ass damn tight end. The fuck?
31 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence, because even if they have the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
A.J. Dillon, the ball.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Incomplete.
Tagovailoa's pass thrown to the sideline and incomplete.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
The kick by Elliott is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said. And it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah.